Hello, this is Overcritical Anime here with another video. Today's video is going to be about Chainsaw episode 5 and 6. Sorry I didn't get 5 out. I kind of waited because it was kind of a lot of exposition. These two episodes were kind of dragging its feet a bit. It does give you a lot of character development. It does flesh out a lot of that. I really like that about these two, episodes is like they really flesh out some of the other characters, including Chainsaw Man. So I really appreciate that, but it does seem to be dragging out. It just seems like it's spinning the wheels a little bit. I'm losing a lot of interest in this show. I probably will finish it, but I probably won't do chapter reviews anymore. I might give it another 2 episodes to see how the pacing is going before I kind of maybe have to drop it. Because at this point, these 2 episodes were really kind of a bit of disappointing. As I said previously, I won't give too much away. Not chapter 5, but the episode 5 is like he finally gets to feel up the chick, and he's like, "Well, it wasn't as good as I thought. And maybe my other goals will happen the same way. Like I'll get what I want, and it's not as good as I thought it was going to be. The chick that he's actually into, that's like in charge of him, or whatever you want to call her." She's like, well, it was someone that you really didn't like. It was someone you didn't love. It's someone you're not into, and when you're, it's going to feel different when it's someone that you actually want to be with or whatever. And she makes him fill her up too, like a lot of feeling of titties in that episode. So it does give a good cliffhanger. But once the episode 6 comes around, you start watching that, and they find out. I won't give too much spoilers away. They're like trapped on the 8th floor. It's like the demon powers, and like time is stopped and shit. This one chick goes fucking insane because it doesn't really communicate how long time passes, but they don't have no food, so they're getting really hungry. Who knows? It feels like it's like a couple days or something. Um, I said like hours because they're just like, yeah, we're so hungry, and they're trying to ration food and shit. Like I'm just like, what the hell? How long have they been in here? And it doesn't really convey like passage of time too well, at least in an episode. And finally ends him like jumping into the demon and like I guess feeding himself to it. It feels weird. Of course, I don't think he's gonna die. Obviously, that would be really fucking stupid. But yeah, I think these are above average episodes, and I'm losing quite a bit of interest because I think there's way too much exposition going on. Like, I'd really like the character development and the fleshing out of them, but it's just like it's getting to what they need to go to. It feels really dragged out in a lot of parts. You're like, wow, this is interesting, but there's a lot of stuff that probably could be not be in here and it'd be perfectly okay. It feels like it's spinning its wheels a little bit, trying to get to where they need to go. Of the Chainsaw Man, it feels a little bit weird, and the pacing is not as great as right now. Like the pacing, I think that's the worst part of the show right now is the pacing just does not feel right. I think, in my opinion, this is like way too much exposition. There is a pretty good amount of character fleshing out and development. Don't get me wrong, but it just feels off, and it just feels too long to get to the goal of these episodes. So hopefully that changes. I'll give it like maybe 1 or 2 more episodes. Because yeah, before I maybe I have to drop it. Of course, I'm going to finish the series, but I don't think I'm going to do the episode reviews anymore. It's just a bit. I'm losing a lot of interest in it. That's pretty much all it has to boil down to, because it's just like way too. It was so good in the first couple episodes. Now it's kind of like slowing down a little bit, way too much for my taste. So we'll see where it goes from here. hopefully I give both of these episodes before I end the video probably a 6 out of 10. They weren't terrible. They were above average and did give us some material to work with, but overall it was a bit disappointing with how long it takes to get where they want to go within these episodes. Pretty much it. Thank you for listening. Rate, comment, subscribe.